ahead and go. So this part right here of the pig is the umbilical cord. It develops as the embryo is being developed. The food comes through the fetus into the umbilical cord to give the fetal pig the necessary nutrients. Now on the outside, on the outside, it's a lot of fur. Not sure if you can see that. But within these, under the skin, from the fur and the hair, there are sensory receptors. They can detect heat, light, touch, pain, cold. There are nerves wrapped around under the skin, wrapped around the hair, that can detect movement, and it all sends messages and signals back to the brain. Okay, this right here is the umbilical vein, which transfers highly oxygenated blood. And this right here is the umbilical arteries, which transfers partially oxygenated blood through the pig.
Okay, here we have the mouth. It has specialized teeth inside for, never mind, you can't see them, for chewing, and then it goes into your esophagus, which is right here, this little tubular structure. And right next to it you have the trachea, which is your windpipe. Through the esophagus, it comes down to your stomach, which is this sac right here that has enzymes to help break down the food. Through that, it goes to your small intestine, which is this, and it's actually much larger in size than the large intestine, which is right here. The small absorbs nutrients from the food that comes from the stomach, and the large absorbs any water that is left. Okay, so here we have the ribcage. It's for breathing and support. Here is the diaphragm. It separates the abdominal and thoracic cavities. And then right underneath that we have the liver, which is a detoxifying organ. It gets rid of any poisonous waste within the body. Okay, right here we have the gallbladder, which secretes bile into the body systems. And then in between the small and large intestines is the cecum, which is right here. It's a little pouch that holds good bacteria. Okay, right here on both sides you have the lungs, which is for breathing.
Directly below the small intestines is the bladder. Urine is made in the kidneys, which travels down to tubes into the bladder. The bladder then stores it, allowing urination to be voluntarily made. Right here is the urethra. It transports urine from the bladder to be excreted. It connects the urinary meatus for removal of body fluids.
So this is the spleen. The spleen cells phagocytize old red blood cells, platelets, and bacteria. It also removes iron and other useful components before breaking down the blood cells. It also serves as an immune function by initializing responses by the T cells and B cells. So these are the ovaries, and they produce the hormones progesterone and estrogen. And this is the genital papillae. It removes metabolic waste and is the opening of the reproductive system.
This right here is the kidneys. It processes blood and sifts out the waste that may be harmful to the body. Right beneath that, in the proximity, is the uterus, which nourishes the fetus prior to birth for a healthy baby.
This is the pancreas. It's one of the major digestive glands in the digestive system. It secretes insulin, which is responsible for the glucose levels in the body. So this is a pig brain, and what you're seeing here is the cerebrum. It's for complex thoughts, and up here are the olfactory bulbs, and it's for smell. And back here is the cerebellum, and this is used for balance.
Okay, so it comes in at the bottom, which is from the body, goes in the back through into the right atrium, to the right ventricle, and then out to the lungs where it picks up oxygen, comes in through the left atrium, through the left ventricle, and then out back through the body. So the right side is deoxygenated, and then the left side is oxygenated.